world is a different place. Over 100 million years ago, the Earth looked nothing like it does today. Continents were still drifting, and the climate was far warmer and wetter than we know now. This is the Cretaceous period, a time when giants walked the Earth. Towering dinosaurs roamed the land, dominating every corner of the landscape, from dense forests to open plains. The air is thick and humid, filled with the buzzing of ancient insects. Dragonflies the size of birds dart between the trees, and strange primitive plants crowd the forest floor. Vast forests of ferns stretch for miles, their fronds creating a green canopy that blocks out much of the sunlight. Cycads and towering conifers add to the lush primeval scenery. Great rivers cut through the landscape, teeming with life. Crocodile-like reptiles bask on muddy banks, while schools of ancient fish dart beneath the surface. This is a world of beauty and danger. Volcanoes rumble in the distance, occasionally sending ash clouds into the sky, reminding all creatures of the power beneath their feet. Every rustle could mean a predator is near. The undergrowth hides both prey and hunter, and survival depends on sharp senses and quick reflexes. It is a world ruled by dinosaurs. Herds of herbivores graze peacefully, while carnivores stalk the shadows, always on the lookout for their next meal. In this ancient world, two dinosaurs are about to meet. Their encounter will be a test of strength, speed, and instinct. One is a hunter, built for speed and power. The Carnotaurus, with its muscular legs and sharp teeth, is a predator unlike any other, relying on surprise and agility. The other is a plant eater, large and peaceful. The Iguanodon, with its beaked mouth and sturdy build, spends its days foraging among the ferns, always alert for danger. On the surface, this seems like a simple story, the hunter and the hunted. But in the Cretaceous, nothing is ever truly simple, but nature is rarely so simple. Every creature has its own strategies for survival, and every encounter is shaped by the unpredictable forces of this ancient world. The plant eater has a secret weapon. Its thumb spike, sharp and strong, is ready to defend against any threat. Imagine the tension as these two giants size each other up. A vast floodplain in what will become South America stretches out, dotted with muddy pools and lush vegetation. The ground trembles with the footsteps of giants. A lone Iguanodon has wandered too far from its herd, drawn by the promise of fresh plants. It is vulnerable, exposed, and unaware of the danger lurking nearby. It feels safe here, but something is watching. The forest is never truly quiet, and every shadow could hide a threat. This is the Carnotaurus, a hunter perfectly adapted to this environment. Its camouflage skin and keen senses make it a master of ambush. The stage is set for a dramatic confrontation. In the heart of the Cretaceous, survival is a daily struggle, and every encounter could mean life or death. The Iguanodon continues its meal, blissfully unaware of the world beyond its immediate reach. Its large, beaked mouth methodically strips leaves from low-hanging branches, each bite slow and deliberate. The forest is alive with the gentle rustle of foliage and the distant calls of other ancient creatures. But for the Iguanodon, this moment is one of peace and routine. Unbeknownst to the herbivore, danger is lurking just beyond the curtain of ferns. In the dappled shadows, a Carnotaurus waits, its predatory gaze fixed on the unsuspecting grazer. The gentle sounds of its chewing are the only disturbance in the otherwise tranquil forest. Birds flit overhead, and insects buzz. But the Iguanodon remains focused on its meal, oblivious to the threat that draws ever closer. This is an older individual, its hide marked by scars. Silent stories of past battles and narrow escapes. Each mark is a testament to its resilience and experience in a world where survival is never guaranteed. The sweet taste of the new leaves has captured its attention, momentarily distracting it from the subtle shift in the air and the faint predatory scent carried on the breeze. Suddenly the world explodes into motion. Birds scatter from the treetops, and a ripple of alarm passes through the nearby herd as instinct takes over. The Carnotaurus bursts from the tree line with terrifying speed, its powerful legs propelling it forward in a blur of muscle and determination. Built for short, explosive chases, the Carnotaurus is a sprinter, relying on its speed and agility to overwhelm prey before it can react. The Iguanodon's head snaps up, eyes wide with alarm as it finally senses the imminent danger. Its heart pounds, adrenaline surging through its massive body. The hunter is upon it, a vision of teeth and horns, jaws agape, and eyes burning with hunger. The forest echoes with the sound of the attack. This is the moment of truth, a primal confrontation where only one may walk away unscathed. Attacking a full-grown iguanodon is dangerous, even for a skilled predator. The Carnotaurus circles, searching for weakness, wary of the herbivore's size and strength, but the element of surprise is powerful and the predator hopes to end the struggle before it truly begins. The Carnotaurus aims for the flank, hoping to inflict a crippling wound that will bring the giant down quickly. But the iguanodon is not a passive victim. Instinct and experience drive it to stand its ground, muscles tensing in preparation for the fight. It rears up on its powerful hind legs, towering over the attacker, using its size to intimidate and defend. With a deafening bellow, it issues a challenge and a warning, a sound that reverberates through the ancient forest, signaling its determination to survive. The fight is not over before it has even begun. In this prehistoric world, every encounter is a test of strength, will, and survival. Let's take a closer look at our attacker. Carnotaurus is one of the most bizarre predators. Its name, meat-eating bull, comes from its sharp horns. These horns gave it a demonic appearance. Its body was built for speed. It was likely one of the fastest large theropods. Instead of a bone-crushing bite, it used quick slashing bites. It was a hunter that relied on shock and awe. But its arms were ridiculously tiny, practically useless. Carnotaurus was a predator that did everything with its head and legs. When it charges the iguanodon, it is a perfect example of its strategy. It is not trying to grapple with its prey. It is a living battering ram, designed for a single explosive attack. It expects the iguanodon to be an easy target. Now let's turn to our defender. Iguanodon was one of the most successful dinosaurs. It was a large herbivore, growing up to 10 meters long. It could walk on all fours or rise on its hind legs. It was a social animal living in large herds. But what happens when one is caught alone? It must stand and fight. Its most iconic weapon was its thumb spike. On each hand, Iguanodon had a large conical spike. This was the secret weapon of the gentle giant. The story of the iguanodon's thumb spike is a fantastic example of science. The first iguanodon fossils were found in England in the early 1820s. At the time, nobody knew what a dinosaur looked like. When early paleontologists found the conical bone, they were puzzled. Their best guess was that it was a giant lizard with a horn on its nose. This image became famous. It was not until 1878 that the truth was revealed. Miners found complete iguanodon skeletons in Belgium. The conical bone was a thumb spike, not a nose horn. This discovery transformed our view of Iguanodon. With the discovery at Bernissart, the spike's purpose became clear. It was a weapon. The spike was a solid cone of bone covered in keratin. This made it longer, stronger, and sharper. When threatened, Iguanodon would rear up, using its hands for defense. It could swing its arms, jabbing with the spikes. A strike from an iguanodon's thumb spike would be devastating. The Carnotaurus, with its thin-skinned skull, was vulnerable. A jab to the face could be fatal. The predator's charge became its greatest weakness. The gentle giant was suddenly not so gentle. It was an armed and dangerous opponent. The Carnotaurus charges, a blur of muscle and teeth, its powerful legs pounding the earth with thunderous force. Every muscle in its body is coiled for the kill, eyes locked on its target. The forest trembles as this apex predator barrels forward, driven by hunger and instinct. The iguanodon stands its ground, rising onto its hind legs in a display of defiance. Despite being a herbivore, it is no easy prey. Its massive frame towers above the undergrowth, and its eyes are sharp with awareness. The iguanodon knows what is at stake, its very survival. The predator leaps forward, jaws agape, aiming for the iguanodon's neck. Its teeth glint in the dappled sunlight, promising a swift and brutal end. The air is thick with tension as predator and prey collide in a moment of primal violence. But the iguanodon is ready. It braces itself, muscles tensed, every sense alert to the danger. This is not its first encounter with a predator, and it knows how to fight back. It swings its powerful arm, the thumb spike catching the Carnotaurus with a sudden, brutal force. The spike, a natural weapon evolved for moments like this, finds its mark with deadly precision. There's a sickening crunch of bone and a roar of pain that echoes through the trees. The Carnotaurus staggers, blood streaming from its wound, its confidence shaken by the unexpected resistance. The force of the blow sends the Carnotaurus stumbling, its massive body struggling to regain balance. For a moment, the predator is vulnerable, its attack halted by the Iguanodon's fierce defense. The Iguanodon presses its advantage, jabbing again with its spiked thumb. Each strike is a warning. This prey will not go down without a fight. The forest floor is torn up beneath their feet as the battle rages on. The Carnotaurus, now wary and injured, circles the Iguanodon. Its movements are slower, more cautious as it reassesses its opponent. The tables have turned and the hunter is now the hunted. It feints, making false moves, trying to find an opening in the Iguanodon's defenses. But the Iguanodon is not fooled, its gaze never wavering, its spiked hands raised in readiness. The herbivore stands firm, keeping its spiked hands ready. It knows that one mistake could be fatal, but it refuses to back down. The will to survive is stronger than fear. It is a tense standoff, a dance of death beneath the ancient trees. Each dinosaur waits for the other to make a move, the outcome hanging in the balance. The air is thick with anticipation, every heartbeat echoing the struggle for life. Ultimately, the Carnotaurus must make a choice. Its pride urges it to continue, but its instincts warn of danger. The pain from its wound grows with every passing second. The wound from the thumb spike is serious, blood matting its scales and weakening its resolve. The predator knows that another blow could be fatal. Continuing the fight is a huge risk. Exhaustion and pain cloud its judgment, and the Iguanodon shows no sign of backing down. The Carnotaurus must decide whether to risk everything or live to hunt another day. With a final snarl, the Carnotaurus retreats, its pride wounded as much as its flesh. The forest seems to close in around it as it turns away from the clearing. It limps back to the trees, leaving the victorious Iguanodon standing tall in the dappled sunlight. The battle is over, but the scars will remain. The hunter will have to find an easier meal, its hunger unsatisfied. Somewhere in the vast forest, another opportunity may await, but for now, it must recover and survive. It will carry the scar from this encounter for life, a reminder of the day the prey fought back. The Iguanodon has survived, a testament to the strength and resilience of life in the age of dinosaurs. The dust settles on the floodplain. The Iguanodon watches the defeated Carnotaurus disappear. It has survived. This battle teaches us a profound lesson. Herbivores were not just walking meals, they were survivors, equipped with incredible defenses. This duel illustrates the evolutionary arms race. Predators evolve better weapons, prey evolve better defenses. The story of the Iguanodon's thumb spike teaches us about science. Our understanding is always evolving. Science is a process of constant refinement. It reminds us to remain curious and open to new information. Remember the Iguanodon. Beneath that calm exterior might lie a hidden weapon. Their fossils are storybooks, telling epic tales of survival.
Thanks for watching.